Hey guys, welcome back to Mighty Military. Today we've got some serious heat coming out of the Baltic Sea, because on November 27, 2025, Russia just sent a loud and clear message to NATO with a 5+ hour patrol that nobody in the West can ignore. Two Tu-22M3 backfire supersonic bombers loaded for anti-ship work took off, escorted by Su-35S flankers and Su-27 fighters, and flew right over the neutral waters of the Baltic Sea. Moscow called it a scheduled flight, did everything by the book, stayed in international airspace, but let's be real. When you roll out Tu-22M3s armed with Kh-22 or Kh-32 missiles in one of the most crowded and militarized sea zones in Europe, it's not just training, it's a statement. These backfires are absolute monsters, Mach 2 capable, variable sweep wings, and they can carry the massive Kh-32 cruise missile that flies high, fast, and can hit targets up to 1,000 kilometers away. We're talking about a weapon designed from the Cold War to kill aircraft carriers, now upgraded with better guidance and insane electronic warfare resistance. Launch one of these from international waters in the middle of the Baltic, and you can theoretically reach every major port from Gdansk to Stockholm, from Helsinki to Kiel, without ever crossing into NATO airspace. That's the whole point of standoff range. You threaten the entire sea lane while staying outside the envelope of most ship-based air defenses. And they didn't fly alone. Su-35Ss with the monster Irbis E radar and Su-27s were riding shotgun, giving the bombers eyes hundreds of kilometers out and making sure no one gets too close without permission. NATO fighters scrambled as usual, shadowed them, took pictures, the normal dance we've seen 100 times, but the bomber-missile combo changes the game. This wasn't just air policing practice for the Russians, this was a full dress rehearsal for a maritime strike package. Think about the geography for a second. The Baltic Sea is tiny. From the middle of it, Kaliningrad is minutes away. St. Petersburg is minutes away. And every single NATO country on the coast is within the reach of a Kh-32 launched from international waters. Finland and Sweden are now in NATO, so the entire sea is basically surrounded by alliance territory, yet Russia can still fly right up the middle with bombers that can sink ships or hit shore targets before most people even finish their coffee. And this comes at a time when Russia's Tu-22M3 fleet has taken a beating in Ukraine. We've seen them lose aircraft to drone strikes on their own bases. We saw one get shot down by a modified S-200 last year. But guess what? They still have enough backfires left, still have the missiles, still have the crews, and they're making sure NATO knows it. Flying these missions over the Baltic is Russia saying, yeah, we're bleeding in Ukraine, but our long-range aviation is still here, still lethal, and we can reach you whenever we want. For NATO, especially the Baltic states, Poland, Germany, Denmark, and now Finland and Sweden, this is a constant reminder that their sea lines of communication, their ports, their energy infrastructure, everything is under the shadow of Russian standoff weapons. It forces them to keep quick reaction fighters on alert 24/7, burns fuel, burns pilot hours, and keeps everyone on edge. So, bottom line, guys, this 5-hour routine patrol was anything but routine. It was Russia flexing what's left of its strategic bomber force, showing it can still put a supersonic missile-armed package over the Baltic, escorted by top-tier fighters, right on NATO's doorstep. In today's Europe, every single one of these flights is a strategic message. And on November 27, Moscow made sure the whole alliance heard it loud and clear. What do you think? Is this just posturing, or is Russia seriously preparing for something bigger in the Baltic? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe to Mighty Military and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We're watching the skies, and things are heating up fast. Catch you in the next one.